When Baxter, Abby, and Bobby the karate cat moved out of the Woods house, a feral female cat started coming there regularly. And one day, she did what I was hoping she would not do. She brought her kittens with her. Watch the last kitten. I'll definitely open up a can when I have to. Southerners will know what that means. But all of my life I've tended to have empathy for those we share this world with that might need a helping hand. Animals in particular. This little kitten clearly needs a helping hand. The Woods house literally sits in the middle of the woods, so I don't know where or how far these kittens came from. My immediate impression, though, was this little injured kitten isn't going to last very long out here. It's not able to move fast enough or climb a tree to safety if it needs to. I wanted to do something to help these kittens, but the problem was they're all very feral, wild, and she didn't bring the kittens back for over a week. So I couldn't make a solid plan for trapping them. I didn't know when they would show up again, and I didn't just want to set a random trap out here. First, if I catch the mother and not the kittens, then the kittens will be stuck somewhere without any food. She looks like she's still nursing. And also, if I just set a random trap, I'm going to be catching raccoons and possums all night long. So, I just started setting food out on the deck, and after about a week and a half, she brought the kittens back again. And after they got a taste of wet cat food, the kittens started showing up randomly on their own. I also kept a log of when they would show up. It was random. There was no pattern at all, but they were at least showing up, so that was something I could work with. I modified the trip trigger on an old live trap I had, so I could pull the trap door manually from an upstairs window when the kittens went in. I also set a motion sensor camera out that would beep my phone when something came on the deck. I wanted to get the 3 kittens first before I got the mother cat, because if the mother cat was spooked off, then the kittens may never show up again. Also, if this trapping thing didn't go very well, I wanted to at least be able to get the little injured kit. There was no kitten action for several days. I could have caught the mother cat several times. And she even brought just one kitten once. But I stuck to plan and held out for the kittens first. Then one evening, my phone alarm went off. It was a single black kitten. I couldn't tell if it was the injured kitten or the other black one, though, from my view upstairs at the time. Do I pull the rope on this one and take the risk of the others being spooked and never coming back? Boom. I decided yes. Obviously it started going crazy, but ultimately it was for the best. I took the whole trap inside the house and to the little upstairs bathroom. It was a small space that I could let this kitten out of the cage in. This little feral kitten was terrified and basically in shock. I held it for a little bit and I sat it down on the floor and it ran and wedged itself in between the vanity and the wall in a tiny space. I closed the bathroom door and gave it some time to calm down and assess its new surroundings. Then I ran to the local store and got a disposable litter box and some more cat food. After catching one kitten, I figured I was all done for the night. The two other kittens were not likely to come. So I just lifted the trap door and locked it into place so a raccoon didn't actually get stuck in there overnight. Then, surprisingly, later that night my phone alarm went off again. It was the gray kitten, and limping along behind it was the little injured kitten. I couldn't believe it. I had the other two kittens in the trap now, and I was totally not ready. The trap trigger wasn't set to be pulled easily, but I tried for it anyway. I yanked the rope hard, and the door released. Now I had the other two kittens, all three in the same night. Crazy. When I moved them inside, they calmed down quite a bit, likely just fear and shock. They weren't too afraid to eat, though. They were starving, absolutely skin and bones, but little survivors. This is the little injured kitten. It's missing its foot right at the joint, unfortunately. It seems to be healed over, though, not a fresh or infected wound. The next morning when I came in to check on them, two of them were up on top of the mirror cabinet. They opened the mirror door and climbed up the shelves. The injured kitten apparently wasn't able to make that climb. I weighed them. The injured kitten weighs 1.5 pounds, or just 0.68 kilograms. The healthy black kitten weighs 1.9 pounds, and the gray kitten weighs 2.2 pounds. I was very happy to have been able to catch all three of them. I packed them up and took them down to the Georgia house to meet Leon. As soon as I got there, we set up an isolated room and we let them settle in. We skimmed the kittens for fleas. Surprisingly, there weren't a lot. Then we gave them all baths. Notice how skinny they are. The bathwater got dirty fast. Here is a close look at the injured leg. It's really impossible to know what happened here. Could have been caught in a rat trap under someone's house, attacked by a raccoon, or attacked by an angry tomcat. I've also heard about issues with kittens during birth. What do you think? The three kittens rescued from the Woods House woods are all doing good. I took them in to be checked out by a vet, 2 males and a female. They are about 8 weeks old, all underweight. They were dewormed, treated for fleas, and the injured kitten was given a blood test to check for any virus issues. Since they are constantly together, we only tested the injured one, because it's the most likely of the three to have had broken skin. They all checked out well, fortunately. No viral issues, no ear mites, and the vet suggested a wait-and-see approach on the kitten with the injured leg. Right now, she says the leg looks solid, but like several of you knowledgeable viewers mentioned, she told me amputation may be the best thing for the long run, so to speak. I tend to like to sit on my hands and observe for a bit and not rush into critical assumptions, so I was happy with that. Our world is filled with so much beauty and amazement, but it's also filled with hurt and pain and unfairness and inequality. We all take our situation, what we're dealt, and we go with it. Survival is our number one instinct, and as inhabitants of this world go, cats are among the top survivors. Unfortunately, this little kitten has a double dose of challenges. He's an all-black kitten, and there are superstitions against black cats. They aren't easily adopted. And he has a handicap. We named him Jett. He's definitely a survivor, like Leon. His twin sister is Sidney, and his gray brother is Bunny. After the kittens were settled in, I went back to try to catch their mother. She's already being harassed by some tomcat. Fortunately, the county she's in has a good TNR program. Since all 3 kittens were trapped, I just used a standard live trap with a normal pad trigger to catch her. When she calmed down, I took her inside for the night and drove her to the animal shelter the next morning. I had hopes of possibly getting her into an adoption program, but when I got there, the door was covered with notices that the facility was already overcrowded. They had room to house 50 cats, and they already had over 90, and other cats were coming, like these 5 cute, colorful kittens.
Yeah, this one is the one.
So TNR was a good second option for this feral mother cat. Trap, neuter, release. It doesn't give her a warm, loving home, and there are still a lot of dangers out there in the wild, but at least it stops her from reproducing more feral cats. I picked her up in 2 days and released her back to her woods. This feral mother cat also got a dewormer and a flea treatment with her TNR. Sidney has found the goldfish aquarium and is absolutely fascinated by it. All 3 kittens are becoming more tame and are feeling more comfortable here around us. They are super alert though to any sound in the house. If there's a sound they can't identify, they'll all 3 run for a hiding spot. They're acting a lot like normal kittens these days, even Jett with his leg issue. Hopefully all will be fine and he'll grow up to be a relatively normal cat. He's already used up one of his 9 lives. Unfortunately, as I'm finishing up this video, Jett has started having issues with his leg. That was a lot faster than I was expecting. He's losing control of it and isn't able to get around much because of it. We took him back to the vet. Apparently his hip joint has become inflamed now also. So, obviously, yes, the vet has now recommended surgery. Today is Jett's surgery day. Everything was looking good after we trapped these kittens from the woods. Jett was playing with the siblings pretty much like a normal kitten, though he was missing part of his leg. and he's been growing fast. Unfortunately, he started losing control of his injured leg, and he was hopping around in circles. His hip joint became inflamed, and he was in a lot of pain too. In the woods, this is likely where Jett's story would have ended. I can't imagine him spinning around out there in the woods in pain and unable to escape a predator. There are leash laws in my area, but unfortunately in rural areas like this, a lot of people don't follow them. As some of you viewers mentioned in the comments, the vet also advised amputation of the damaged leg. So, Jett got his leg fixed. And he also got his neutering done at the same time. Everything went very well with the surgery. And Jett is healing fast and quickly getting back to his fun kitten life. Jett is a survivor, like Leon. And like Leon, he will not be held down by fishermen, by grocery stores, by Mother Nature, by anything. In the last episode, we also trapped his feral mother and had her TNR'ed. She still comes by to eat often, and she's looking great, with her tipped ear. Bobby the Karate Cat has been busy as usual. She's been on the set for her new movie, another Kitten Tarantino kung fu movie. Here's a sneak preview. Bunny and Sidney both went in for their spay and neuter. It didn't go well overall. Bunny immediately reverted to feral again when we tried to put him in a cat carrier, and then the vet also had a hard time handling him there. Unfortunately, Sidney's uterus ripped during surgery, so there was a fear of internal bleeding for a few days with her. They're both doing well now, and all vet visits should be done. Sidney's belly fur is growing back, and tonight she's hanging out with me, Abby, and Leon. They have as much fun playing with aquarium rocks on the floor as any cat toy. Okay, wine corks too. Rescuing kittens from the woods isn't all flowers and rainbows. This is amazingly gross. But rather than freak out, I think it through, do some research. It's a roundworm, common in kittens and wild animals, so a quick trip to the local feed and farm store will fix this problem right up. A dewormer, 2 doses, 10 days apart. Gross problem solved. They were given a dewormer at the vet when they were first trapped, but sometimes it takes a few doses. They're all 3 growing fast. Bunny now weighs 8.9 pounds, Sidney now weighs 7.2 pounds, and Jett now weighs 7.2 pounds, but he's missing a leg. He weighed 1.5 pounds when I trapped him. So far, the kittens have kind of gotten a free pass in the house with the other cats. No initiation, no hierarchy issues, no hazing. Cats have a sneaky way of digging in and making themselves at home, making themselves welcome at your home. I used to jokingly post on social media, here's a picture of me and my cat, and I don't even have a cat. Now we have like 14 or something. They are all unique and amazing. The kittens and all the other rescue cats now have their own Instagram page. It's Kitties of Leon. They post and maintain it themselves. Follow them there if you want to see more of what they're all up to. The kitten's mother still comes by the Woods house often, and she looks healthy and is doing well. There have been a few comments since taking in these Woods kittens that Jett should be euthanized, that feral cats should be euthanized rather than TNR'ed, that Jett was destined to die by nature's way, and I'm a bleeding heart for trying to save him. What is it that makes us human, though? Or should I say, what is it that makes us stand out as a higher intelligence? I personally think empathy is a big part of higher intelligence, and part of what makes us human. We've been gifted with some sort of higher intelligence, and with that intelligence, we as a species have defeated many diseases and situations, and have abilities to extend our own lifespans because of our intelligence. Why would we not extend that to our pets and other animals when it's reasonable and when we can? Jett isn't missing his leg is missing him. I always welcome your thoughts on this.